The problem with female friendships. Men don't get it. People, what up? What's good? It's your boy TwoCentz. As y'all can see, man, we got a very interesting topic here today from Christina Elia's YouTube channel. I guess she's gonna be breaking down the woman to woman friendships versus the man to man friendship dynamics. I feel like we always hear like it's easier to be friends with guys than it is girls. I guess that's true. I guess if I had to put a reason to why that is, it's I mean, obviously men and women are wired differently, but like I think that plays a part. Like, as a man, like you're not, so obviously like women got like periods and stuff, and so as a result, what I'm saying, the emotions be all over the place and the hormones be all over the place, and that's not a diss, that's just how it is. But like as a man, you relatively the same every day, right? So it's not a lot of stuff getting in the way of the way how you interact with your friends, at least like hormonally and emotionally. And I also think we value stuff differently and deal with conflict a lot differently from women, and that's probably the main thing, is dealing with conflict, bro. Like I feel like as a man, it's not a lot of talking behind the homie's back and smiling in his face. It's not a lot of I don't like you, but I'm still gonna hang around with you. Like if I don't like you, I'm just not going to hang around. But like girls be trying to, girls be fake friends like that, and having hella high expectations for one another. And I just feel like it's just the conflict resolution is just way different amongst men and women. But that's just my 2 cents on it before we get started. Now let's get started.
In 2025, men and women couldn't be more different.
Male friendships are just superior to female friendships in every which way.
So if you have a good friendship group full of women, I'm talking maybe 4+, for me that's a taboo.
People say women and friendships over the silliest reasons, which can sometimes be true.
That's it. It's official. I have no friends anymore.
What happened?
Is everything okay?
Tanya didn't wish me a happy birthday.
That's it?
Because it's like, why are you pretending to be my best friend when you secretly hate me, can't celebrate my wins, you don't like my posts? Like, what is this?
Yeah, I just feel like there's not a lot of that going on amongst guys, bro. Some of my friends, I don't even know their birthday. And they don't know mine, but if it is their birthday, obviously, man, happy birthday to you. But yeah, it's just like certain stuff, and it's not even like it's like that with all your friends as a dude. Like you can definitely have deep relationships and talk about a lot of deep stuff and really really lock in with somebody. I just feel like we just consider those our close friends. A lot of the times, like if I pull up during college, I used to go to this gaming lounge a lot. If I pull up to the gaming lounge, man, and I go over to where the PS5s are hooked up, man, and they playing Street Fighter, and we've been playing Street Fighter, like we cool. Maybe we're not close friends, but like I can just be cool with the homie that I catch at the gaming lounge. And I don't really got to know where bro works or what he wants to do. Like we can just still be cool. And of course, like I said, you can still have friends that you lock in, make money together, and do all that stuff. I just feel like those are your close friends. And then, what I'm saying, you got your regular friends. But I guess girls just ain't wired like that.
I wish every girl didn't have to go through that because it's traumatizing.
Or people will say how, female friendship, there's just too much drama. This can also sometimes be true. Yeah.
And just to finish my thought, but even so, like even your close friends, man, I feel like we're not we just don't be setting expectations, bro. Like even if I the homie, bro, I have a friend I knew since literally 2 years old, bro. I'm pretty sure, right? We're both 23. There was a year where we did not wish each other happy birthday, or we didn't say congratulations when another one of us, when one or the other reached a milestone or did something, or we go a few months or sometimes a really long time without calling each other. But I like, what's the point in holding that against him? He living his own life, right? like I said, bro, we just wired different.
Yet, when I heard that men can be friends with each other, however, not even know each other's birthdays, I was genuinely shocked.
The homies, I don't know their birthday until the day of, straight up. And nobody cares. It's no big deal.
Or how some men will, be playing FIFA, they'll know each other for years, but not know each other's favorite movie or favorite color. I was like, what is actually going on? I asked you guys on Instagram and on YouTube, what are some of the biggest differences between male and female friendships? And I kind of wanted to unpack some of them in this video. Hey, if you're new, welcome to the cozy corner of the internet. I'm your host Christina, and I help people stop shrinking and start living. One of the biggest difference that kept on showing up whenever I asked you guys was actually like shared hobbies. Male friendships tend to center around having a shared hobby, a shared activity, playing games together, playing a sport. Purely anecdotal as an outsider looking in, but I feel like guy friendships are more about existing around one another with a shared interest. They develop bonds and attachment, but not very deeply. It kind of looks all fun, but with little substance, if I'm being honest. My guy friends have told me that they practically know nothing about the other guys in their friend groups, but they hang out nonetheless.
I mean, obviously, this is YouTube comments, and it's just people's personal opinions and experiences that it looked like she gonna be going through in this video, right? Purely anecdotal, they literally said. But like I said, man, like you can have a relationship of substance as a guy. I guess on a grand scale, it might be a lot more surface level, but I don't feel like there's a problem with that. Like I don't think there's an issue with having a surface level relationship with somebody else, and I guess that's just the difference between men and women. Also, what do girls do, bro? I got multiple sisters, man. I feel like it's like, what activities do, like, girls don't do activities, bro. And obviously girls play games and go to the gym and like, I'm just saying on a grand scale, like, I feel like girls don't really be doing nothing. But hey, man.
This is so interesting to me as a girl who has mainly girlfriends, and I know almost every detail about their lives, like every detail that they're willing to share. Like, I know all about them, their job, where they live, where they want to live, what they want to do in their job. I know all about their partner, how long they've been with their partner, if they're happy with their partner, what them and their partner like talk about, what them and their partner's plans are. Like, I actually can't imagine being friends with someone that I don't know a lot about their personal life, because the way I see it, like, as a girl, like, they are your friend because you talk about these things. So when you take that away, I'm like, how did you become friends? Girlfriends, in my experience, are a lot closer to one another. They share personal parts of themselves and also enjoy company of one another. These are also a lot of fun, but do have more real talks. It's fun and substance. Girlfriend groups tend to keep each other more honest and tend to call each other out on things. That's why they tend to last less than male friendships. This is a good point, because I see people talking about this all the time. Like, name me, a female friendship group that's lasted longer than 10 years.
Male friendships are stronger than female friendships.
He's saying
By far.
I also don't really agree with what that person said. It goes back to what I said at the beginning. Like, I just think men have better conflict resolution than women. And like I said, that's no diss. And I'm talking on a grand scale, you guys. Obviously, we're generalizing in this video, and every man is not the same, and every woman is not the same. But like, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing right now. So if you're getting mad, just don't. But we just gonna go back to the comment. We're gonna be here for a minute because this is pretty interesting to me. I'm yapping a lot. Girlfriend groups tend to keep each other more honest and tend to call each other out on things. I think this sentence is super cap, bro. I think that's definitely not true, man. And it's just wrong, bro. Like, that's just not like, hey, bro, you getting fat. Hey, girl, you big. That's not happening. Hey, bro, you said you was gonna split the Uber with me, but I paid for both. My fault, gang. I got you next time. All right, we good. Like, that, girls do not call each other out I feel like on a grand scale, bro. So this is cap to me. But hey, man, let's go back to the clip we was at.
By far.
my God,
By far.
I've heard women say some shit about each other.
Show me 5 female friends that have been friends for 15 years.
Can't. I don't know. I can't do
I
that.
actually don't know.
Even in like movies, it can't even happen. It's just
Bro.
break up at the 15 type.
Bro, yeah, these are talks.
You got friends for 15 years?
15, 5.
You a liar.
No, but it's just different scenario. Take 5 friends on a boys trip and a girls trip. These 5 boys, the boys are gonna come back, I think, a little bit healthier than the girls. Because if something happened, like you told me it was a girl math. What was it?
Girl math, bro. They go on vacation with 5 friends and come back with 2.
Yeah,
Argument. Yeah.
One of
Bro.
them buys a early flight because she can't stand one of them. One of them find a man, go to the Airbnb, and one of them just disappears, bro. Just come back with 2. I don't know. And then at the birthday party the next year, bro, you got 5 different girls. Not even the same friend. Like, it's just...
And don't get me wrong, like, I feel like as a girl, yes, you can cut people off over like little things, or you can maybe, I don't know, do we actually cut people off over little things? Like, I feel like as a woman, you'd naturally cut someone off, or you'd think about it if like things feel fake, things.
I also think we consider little things differently from women. So maybe even going back to that calling out, you know, they might feel like it's a call out because it might seem big as a big thing, as like a big source of, like a big issue. Like, I feel like our conflict resolution is different. The what we value in a friendship is just different as men than what, right? Like what we deem as important, you know what I'm saying? Like everything is just different. And, you know, I mean, hey, right?
Feel forced, you feel like she doesn't like you, she's disrespected you too many times, or just you're not enjoying the friendship. That is a good point. Male friendships lack emotional depth, but are less emotionally taxing. Female friends tend to be very complimentary and extremely supportive, though at times it may be slightly fake or exaggerated. Whereas observing my male friends, in a lot of their conversations, they tend to jokingly make jabs at one another and sometimes even try to one-up each other. From what this comment describes, it kind of sounds like male friendships are kind of like low commitment, low investment, and low expectation. Whereas with my female friends, like, I don't want to say it's high commitment, but like, I don't know, to me it feels like the bare minimum. That's why I'm so confused.
I think it's definitely, so she said low commitment, low investment, low expectations. I think it's I said it already, and I hate for you guys if I keep reiterating the same thing. You can have, it's definitely low commitment, right? It's easy to be a friend to another guy. Low investment, I feel like we can value somebody as a friend and not know much about them. But there's also friends that, like I said, you have high investment, so you know each other a lot deeper. And then what was the last thing she said? Low commitment, low investment. We just gonna run it back real quick.
And low expectation. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's definitely low expectation. It's just easier to be a friend, basically. Whereas with my female friends, like, I don't want to say it's high commitment, but like, I don't know. To me it feels like the bare minimum. That's why I'm so confused. Like, if you can't come to a certain like dinner we're doing because like you're literally busy, you're literally at work, or you literally don't feel well, like, cool, fine, totally okay. It's crazy that to me that's normal, but to think that that's not even a requirement for men.
Well, here's the thing. Like, it's. I don't want to be friends with somebody who's holding it against me if I don't want to do something. I feel like that just, and obviously, like I said, bro, she can't speak for every woman, but like, that's just not a good way to operate. That's just a stressful way to, like, I can't get mad at you if we going to Six Flags and you want to pull up. Or if we going over here and you don't even got nothing to do, you just don't want to come. Like, I can't be mad at you for that. You know what I'm saying?
I think, to be fair, this comment said that men can hang out with someone that they don't like and it's no problem. Yeah, to be fair, now it's actually kind of clicking. I do feel like some men's friendship sounds a bit more low commitment. Like, there's not as much loyalty. Is that the right word?
No,
It's
that's not the right
I always
word.
get the vibe that it's just like, it's not that deep. It's whatever. Like, it's just a bro. It's just a guy. It's just a friend. Like, it's not that deep. Whereas for women, I think it is that deep. I've noticed that men take things less to heart, so they tease each other more boldly. But women are very careful of how what they will say will affect their friend. The downside of men's bold jokes is that sometimes they cross the line and hurt their friend's feelings without realizing it. While the downside of women's cautions is that sometimes they overthink too much and aren't able to truly strengthen their friendship and live in the moment. Women are really cautious of feelings. That is actually a stone cold fact. I almost think because we're so cautious of our friend's feelings or of the person's feelings, it's why we might come across as fake. Like, I don't know, for example, when I've been in a fake friendship, whether I've been the person, like, it's normally because I don't really know how to say something without rocking the boat, and I'm like, let me think about how to say it. I'm overthinking how to say the right thing, and before I say the thing, I guess beforehand, I am being fake because I'm still talking to the person. I'm just like planning what I'm going to say. Whereas for guys, it's teasing, the bold joke is a natural part of the friendship. So I guess you don't really care about saying the wrong thing. Women seem to tiptoe around their friends, often out of the fear of losing them, because women let their friends go easily once they feel like the bond is broken. Teasing builds a stronger bond, but only when done within the parameters of your friend's comfort, and both genders seem to have different ideas of how to navigate that. I would agree. I think a strong friendship is born out of being open and honest and, you know, without fear of hurting the person's feelings, because the reason why I feel like I'm more comfortable hurting someone's feelings or like just being blunt now is because I know that feelings are going to be hurt inevitably. Like, whether I say something, whether they say something, whether, I don't know, something happens at work, like, your feelings will be hurt. It might be me today, it might be me hurting your feelings, it might be your colleague hurting your feelings, but like, you're not bubble wrapped. Like, you can't go through life with, you know, a shield and armor. Like, you are gonna have your feelings hurt at some point, and if I need to say something and drop a bomb, like, I'm just gonna drop the bomb. Guys don't hold grudges. Like, they'll talk to each other even.
You know what, you guys? That what she just was talking about. Y'all know how we always be like, women are not funny. I feel like there's something to not wanting to hurt somebody's feelings that kind of verifies that statement. Obviously, it's just a general statement. It's not 100% true. Everything in this video is general, you guys. So please don't get upset at what I'm saying, what these comments are saying, and what she's saying, y'all. It's you have to generalize, right? All right. I'm done prefacing the stuff I'm about to say in this video. Now, where was I going? Where's it going? I also think the threshold of being offended is much higher as a guy than it is as a girl. That's it.
Not the biggest fight ever. I've seen this so many times, and I know it's a stupid example, but I've seen this so many times on Love Island. Like, I've seen two boys argue about something, probably over a girl, but they'll have a chat, they'll have one of those man hug things, and then they'll just swiftly move on like nothing has happened. And the thing is that is so rare for girls. Like, if we argue over a guy, over anything, even if we are civil afterwards, even if we move on, there is a residual part of me that's like, but we had that one argument that one time. You just can't let it go, and you're not holding a grudge anymore, but it's in the back of your mind. Like, it's, you know, an extra piece of like color on the paint that is their portrait. Like, you just see them with a bit more detail now. After that argument, it's added thread to the fabric. Like, does it make sense? Like, it's added to who they are. That argument. I'm a girl who had been in a group of boys as the only girl, and been in a group of toxic girlfriends, and a group of girls of good friendships. Boys feel jealous of other boys too, but they have acceptance that the other boy is better than them, and they move on. This is interesting because I feel like female jealousy can ruin a friendship. Like, again, because
I can't really speak on this jealousy section, y'all, because I ain't jealous of nobody, bro. Like, I'm living my own life. I come from where I come from. I do not have the same upbringing as you. I do not have the same opportunities as you. So it's no point to look at what you got and want it because we came. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't jealous of nobody, so I can't even really speak on this section right here.
We don't really talk about things like we hold resentment because we want to keep the peace. If say Amanda is jealous of Becky because Becky's smashing it at school, she's got gorgeous hair, she's living life. Amanda's jealous of Becky and they're friends. Becky is going to pick up on that sooner or later. Like, I don't know, something about female jealousy, like you can smell it. Like you might not notice it straight away, but over time, comments that Amanda makes, you know, each time Becky smashes her next exam and Amanda doesn't celebrate her like she used to, she just kind of glares at her, like doesn't say well done. Like you're going to pick up on the jealousy, and I feel like it can be one of those things that erodes a friendship. I feel like for you to be jealous of a friend or maybe envious of a friend and keep the friendship healthy, I feel like you have to be like quite a very emotionally intelligent person. Like you have to recognize that, okay, I feel jealous about this girl because I want what she has, but you're not going to let it disrupt the friendship. I feel like that's really, really rare and probably something that only happens with like older women, 20s, 30s, 40s maybe. Even then, I feel like there's a lot of people probably in their 30s that would feel jealous of a friend and struggle to have a healthy friendship. Meanwhile, girls don't have that acceptance. If you are a girl who shines, the other girls would try to reduce it and by making you feel lonely and make you put more effort into the relationship and push you to a literal doormat mode. When the girls who are good, they connect with you emotionally, understand your need, and they would want you to live in a world of girls, which is kind of fun. It's interesting that boys can be jealous of other boys and just simply move on, because I was actually reading some research about some of the dynamics behind like male dominated groups, like, you know, that like the bro culture of a sports team, or like that like finance bro like aesthetic of like men in a male dominated department. Like I was reading about some of the male friendship dynamics that we don't often see or talk about that lie beneath the surface, and it was saying competition is a huge contributing factor, to the extent competition is what men have, whereas connection is what women have. The research is by a woman called Rachel R. Bird, and it's called Welcome to the Men's Club. I'll link it down below. The research was talking about how in a lot of male-dominated spaces, talking about your emotions is literally like forbidden. Like that is like social suicide. You do not talk about how you feel, your emotions, feelings. Like that is not a thing. I'm thinking of making a whole entire video on this. Like, let me know if you'd want a truth about male friendships video, like a peek behind the curtain, what the research says, what like real men think. Because I feel like when you're on the internet and you're, you know, talking, you're like looking at content on male, female, social dynamics, it's often very divisive. It's often very black and white. Oh, men are the reason why this, women are the fault because of this. And it's just like, let's not put each other against each other. Let's not blame each other for the reason why the world is the way it is. When it comes to friendships, a lot of the time, you know, men are trying to impress other men. Like naturally, they want to impress the people that they're around. And I think if you're not, you know, a guy that wants to compete, or you're not competitive, like sometimes you can feel a little bit like, I don't know, left behind or not.
She kind of losing me a little bit right here, because I'm not trying to compete with my friends. I mean, if we're playing a sport, sure, but like I'm talking about like I'm not thinking about the homie so that I can feel like I'm better than him. You get what I'm saying? So I can't really I don't really have any good commentary for this part because I never really experienced feeling a level of competition with another one of my friends unless it was like a game or a sport, like not in like a day-to-day like I'm not constantly, man, I got to do this so I could be better than him. Like I don't feel like that's a element of friendship.
Not not as manly enough. My closest friends are a group of guys I've known from high school, and we've all been friends for almost a decade now. The friendships are so comfortable to be in, and there are rarely any dramas. Conversation is mostly banter or talking about a shared interest. We will rarely talk about our personal lives unless it's a funny story, and we will never discuss how we are feeling emotionally. The more I was reading your comments, thank you so much to everyone who actually submitted a comment, the more I was thinking like this, okay, this is like the norm, like a scary norm. I understand that this is just how it is, like this is just how men work, this is just the norm, but I actually can't fathom it, because as a woman, like, we just talk about our feelings. It's not like we're just opening up a therapy session every day and every time we talk to each other it's like counseling, but like, I don't know, you talk about, I don't know, you just talk about how your day was, how you're feeling about work. You're kind of like catching each other up on each other's lives. Like, I don't know, like seeing your friends, I compare it to like you're watching a show and you press pause the moment you leave each other. Then the moment you catch up again, you're pressing play. Like, I need to like catch you up on this season that is my life, and I'm telling you all the details, and then we'll press pause and I'll catch you up again. I've always been fascinated by the idea of physical touch in male friendships, especially where I'm from. It signifies homosexuality, unless handshakes or greetings, which is why I barely see male friends hugging or holding hands unless in movies. I don't do that myself, mostly to avoid unwanted attention, while for female friendships, they have the liberty to hold each other or even hug each other. Do you know what? Men's internalized homophobia, I feel like, will be the death of them at times. And it's weird because I feel like it's only like a positive thing amongst men to like be hyper masculine to the point of internalized homophobia, whereas for everyone else it's almost a sign of weakness. Like, you can't even congratulate your friend without putting a disclaimer saying,
yeah, no, she don't know what she's talking about right here, bro. What you mean? Like, y'all don't. I mean, sometimes we'll jokingly hug and stuff, but like at least a dap up. You know what I'm saying? Ain't not like, yeah. Of course, I'll congratulate. I mean, that's just where I don't know where that person is from. Like I said, it's just a comment, so she just going off the comments she reading. But I mean, the kissing, it's quiet for that. That ain't happening. That ain't happening at all. But you know, I mean, I don't really know how to tackle what's being said right here, to be honest, Joe. I gotta change this battery though. Hold up. All right, we back.
no homo. Like, it was no one even thought of that. No one's mind went there. Your mind was the only one that went there.
Also, yeah, y'all, like, she from the UK clearly, so yeah, I mean, it's gonna be different, like, you know what I'm saying?
Now you can't even fully congratulate your friend. Like, you can't fully express how proud you are. You have to like dull it down and be like, no homo. Male friendships don't feel as genuine and deep as female friendships to me, to be honest. Men tend to be too supportive of each other in rights and wrongs and rarely call each other out, which is why I see friendships, childhood for example, last longer with guys even when their personalities change as they grow, as they don't mind being with people different than them, and even if their views and opinions are totally opposite. To be fair, this is a good point, because I mean, it happens quite often online where, say, a guy will do something wrong, their friends will back them, and then there'll almost be a bit of uproar as to like, how are you still supporting this man? But then again, you know, I think women can make friends easier, I think, because we do talk about our emotions quite a bit more, and we're okay being vulnerable. Like, it's not a weakness to talk about how you feel, good or bad. I guess we're naturally more open to friendships, whereas I know for,
And like I say, you guys, I don't feel like I need to keep commenting on the feelings talk, because like I said, man, you have friends that you talk about deep stuff with. I just consider those my close friends, and if not, like, we still cool. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like she contradicted herself a number of times, like, by saying like women can make friends with each other a lot easier, but at the same time saying there's a much higher standard to become friends as a woman. It is what it is, man.
guys, it is a lot harder to make friends. If anything, from what I hear from my friends, like, sometimes, you know, a guy can end up in a position where his friends are actually quite tied to the relationship. Like, his friends will become her friends, or, you know, his social life is linked to her social life. So maybe the reason why men are kind of really loyal, friends for 10 years, 15 years, is because they kind of can't let go, in a sense. And again, you know, this person said male friendships don't seem as genuine and as deep. Maybe that's another reason why I guess men will stand up for poor behavior. Like, their friendship isn't as deep. And this isn't a bashing video by any means. I'm not bashing at all. I'm just like, it all started from a conversation, and then I asked you guys for your thoughts, and now I'm making this video. I'm just like genuinely intrigued, and I'm kind of like trying to make sense of it all. From my experience, men friendships are simpler and revolve around activities, interests, or topics. And the fun part of a friendship,
Man, y'all saying the same shit, bro.
that they're less deep or less genuine.
Hold on, it seems
that is a male friendship. Not that they're less deep or less genuine. They're just simpler. Like, they're just simple people. We both play Dungeons and Dragons, and we both play lacrosse. Like, you know, that's the brotherhood. That's just what we do. Wow. But the thing is, I don't know, like, the thing is, say you have a male-female friendship, it's a bit different, because I feel like when I've been friends with males, we do talk about our lives, and actually we do talk about how we feel. Like, I'm thinking of my two main male friends now, and I'm like, we don't really have a shared activity. We have a shared job. Like, we're all doctors, and we understand each other's lives, schedule, hecticness, and we all have that shared, I guess, interest. But I'm friends with them because I know a lot about them. I don't know their birthdays, but if I check Facebook, I'll find out. Do I know their personal life story? Yeah, I do. Like, I know a lot about them. I wouldn't be friends with them if I didn't. That's interesting then. So when it becomes male, there's, you know, simple, it's less deep, less emotionally deep. But then the moment it's male to female, I think it is more deep. I think it is more personal. This is interesting. With that being said, do not equate longevity to healthiness in a friend group. People are supposed to change, and people are supposed to drift from one another as they become and change and develop. No drama does not equal a healthy friendship. Well, that is a good place to end the video on, because I certainly agree. Just because you've had a 12-year friendship does not by any means it's a good friendship. For example, I meet elderly couples all the time that have been married 62 years, 65 years, and I'm like blown away, like, wow, that is, you know, three of my lifetimes nearly that you've been just married, let alone alive. However, oftentimes when I meet them, sometimes they're super cute and they're super, like, you know, loved up still, or they're like, you can tell that they do love each other. Other times though, it does feel like they're just like, oh yeah, you know, I put up with him, or, you know, I put up with her, and the vibe isn't necessarily happy. I think longevity doesn't always equate to happiness, but it can be a good marker of, like, loyalty on both sides. So that is male versus female friendships. So that is the...
all right, man. Interesting little video right here. Shout outs to Christina, Aaliyah. At the end of the day, yeah. I think we just value stuff differently, and you know, it's just that simple, bro. Like yeah, it's just that simple. There's no more reason to elaborate, y'all. We've been here for 30 minutes, bro. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. As always, your boy TwoCentz. Say it with me, TCZ. We out.